Good evening, I'm Alison Moss. Whether you have sight issues, mobility problems or long-term health conditions, Guernsey is still falling short when it comes to accessibility. Campaigners are continuing to fight for changes, and the main issues will be highlighted by a UK-based group which is reviewing a number of facilities in Guernsey. John Fernandez reports.
Alexa, turn on living room light 1.
Sarah's flat is accessible. Guernsey as a whole, though, not so much. For Sarah, who uses a wheelchair, and Sandra, who has Asperger's, the island has its challenges.
Because modern life is very much about lights and TV screens and all these kind of things, all of which are, for me anyway, very, very difficult, and I think probably for quite a lot of people on the spectrum because of our sensory issues. We have a hard time with that, so it means that some places now are just not accessible.
Today, staff from AccessAble are in Guernsey, looking at the good and the bad.
We're here to survey venues for disabled accessibility. The idea, the information can then go onto our website and our telephone app, and the idea is to give visitors and island users alike more information.
Because Guernsey's government is well aware there's work to be done.
So we are finding that people are looking at the information that we're gathering, and they're looking at where they can maybe make some changes just to make things a little bit easier for people.
For Sarah, an app which does the research for her is ideal.
An app would be brilliant because I've got my phone that I can look it up on, and I use that a lot.
And with areas like this all over Guernsey which aren't accessible, the work being done now to identify the hotspots is extremely important. John Fernandez, BBC Channel Islands News, Guernsey.
Well, earlier, Karen Blanchford from Access for All told me improvements were being made, albeit slowly.
There is some progress. I think it depends on what areas of access we're talking about, whether it's physical, information, services or activities.
Well, we know that there remains challenges, but what do you see as being the main ones?
Probably customer service. So the physical access, people are worried about the cost and the work and the infrastructure to do that, whereas customer service is probably one of the, what we would call sort of barriers to being fully included in island life that should be fairly simple to change. And that started last year. We started doing some great work with Co-op and the airport, and we're doing the ports soon, all around hidden disabilities, and trying to provide some training and support to businesses around making their customer service staff more aware around all of the different disabilities and access issues that we have.
From that, it's clear that there is some good work going on, but it's fair to say Guernsey is lagging behind other countries. So how long do you think it will take to catch up with them?
Unfortunately, it's going to take a long time, 10, 20, 30 years. It absolutely will, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean that we can't be making action and making changes now. So whether that's transport, whether that's offering services, whether that's websites, whether, like I mentioned before, customer services, whether that's running activities that are more accessible. We're talking about 26% of the population that needs some type of reasonable adjustment or improving access to make sure we take a full and active part in society.